beautiful people. Welcome to 321 No Kiddin. We're back to digging in work tonight. We're going to hit number 13 on our checklist of symptoms leading to relapse. And this one's pretty intense. I think I've been here before. So this one is wanting too much. Do not set goals you cannot reach with normal effort. Do not expect too much. It's always great when good things you were not expecting to happen. You will get what you're entitled to as long as you do your best, but maybe not as soon as you think you should. Happiness is not having what you want, but wanting what you have. I think expect was in that like 2 or 3 times. I'm always shooting for big, massive goals, and I end up putting pressure on myself, which I think is the point of this. Or it could be just wanting things that we can't have, like material things. I can see that being a spiral, right? Especially if we're still in a place where maybe we have our gambling bills that we have to finish reconciling and dealing with before we can get some of those things that we may want otherwise. So I've actually heard it in groups before where someone would say, oh, I'm low on money, or the bills are overwhelming, and they want to go bet to try to earn the money to pay the bills. I'm pretty sure we all know how that ends, right? It's the big chase. I don't really recommend it. And I don't recommend putting a lot of pressure on yourself either. I think we should be realistic and optimistic and, of course, work hard. I love that it says that we should do our best. And there's a little bit of patience hinted in there, right? You will get what you're entitled to as long as you do your best, but maybe not as soon as you think you should. So being impatient, setting expectations, they're kind of built into this wanting too much. I think that's probably why so many people in recovery count on the one day at a time premise. You can't get everything you want overnight. And if we, express gratitude for what we do have, it's a whole lot easier to manage the day-to-day and to manage our addiction and kind of keep it at bay. I also think that wanting too much isn't necessarily material things. This can also be applied to what you want out of relationships, your friends, your spouse, your children, your parents. It's easy to want a lot. And you know what? We deserve a lot, and we deserve the world, really. However, if it trips us up, I can totally see this being a symptom of potential relapse. And again, folks, these aren't, if you exhibit these behaviors, you're going to go out and bet the next day. It's not like that. And I would say that we still have 3 more to go. But I think combinations of these two kind of show that our brains are more in a place that we're more susceptible, it's a mouthful, to giving in to urges. This morning, I shared this with a couple of my groups. I had gambling dreams last night. I think I told you. Did I tell you this morning? Oh my God, this morning was so long ago. I think I did tell you. So don't mind me. That's what I get for trying to have semi-mock live podcasts. They're not really live, but with no editing and stuff, it kind of comes across that way. But it was a good day. I mean, I didn't have a cigar or a smoke or anything, and I really didn't think about the gambling dream the rest of the day until now, because I'm talking to you, and our connection is on gambling and recovery and all that good stuff. So yeah, it was a pretty good day. It was a stressful day, and I knew it was going to be. And I just got done with a very powerful hypnotherapy. I'm not sure if you ever heard of it, but it was really interesting. I was the only gambler in the room, of course. And, well, I'm lying. One guy messaged me privately and had said that he had had some struggles with gambling and that I could reach out to him if I want. He's one of the guys in the class. And the whole meeting was centered around our relationships with money. And as someone who gambled away all our money and never really had a savings account, it's not that I necessarily want all the money in the world. I definitely don't want the fanciest of this and that. Like, I really don't care about my material things. But it doesn't mean I don't deserve material things or I don't deserve abundance and wealth. And the way that plays out in my mind has a lot to do with helping people and getting over some of my feelings in regards to money is pretty much what this was about. And it was pretty intense. It was kind of like a guided meditation with a lot more emotion to it. And I walked away feeling, pretty good about what I learned and the journey that we were on. And the really cool thing was, and this is something I would challenge everybody to do, get outside of your comfort zone. I mean, I did this with 12 people that I only know from Facebook. There was one girl in the group that we're in a group together on Saturday nights where we try to work together on the stuff that we learn in class that week. But she was really the only truly familiar face. And it's so crazy. Like, I've always been outgoing, but to put myself in these like vulnerable spots is still surprises me. Even though I'm getting better at it, I'm pretty vulnerable with you and pretty honest. It's still just an interesting ride as you get to know different people. There was a gentleman on there, 75 years old, and he just lost his wife about 7 or 8 weeks ago, I think he said. And, that really drove a lot of emotion amongst us because, like, I felt like we all felt his pain and his grief and his sadness as he talked. And hopefully, this event made his day a little brighter. It was a lot. So I'm recording a little early. I have coaching a little bit, and then I have the alcohol-free class. So I'm like back to back till bedtime. So I will be back in the morning. Hopefully I'll learn some stuff tonight at the alcohol-free class. I'll be happy to share it with you. I'm pretty excited. This is the second week. Things go by quick. When you're doing 8 million things, let me tell you how quick life goes by. So if you're in that kind of mode too, take time and smell the roses. I know I have to remind myself too. So that's all I got for now. I will chat with you guys in the morning. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thanks.